There exists a country so small, you could walk across it in less than an hour. No airports, no permanent citizens in the traditional sense, and strangely, almost no Muslims live there. Yet this tiny piece of land holds power that reaches across continents, centuries, and souls. Welcome to Vatican City, the world's smallest country and one of the most mysterious places on Earth. Hidden within the heart of Rome, surrounded completely by Italy, lies Vatican City, just 44 hectares, about 0.17 square miles. To put that into perspective, it's smaller than most shopping malls, but don't let its size fool you. This is the spiritual and administrative centre of over 1.3 billion Catholics worldwide. It's not just a country, it's the headquarters of one of the most powerful religious institutions in human history. At its centre stands St. Peter's Basilica, a symbol of faith, power, and centuries of influence. But Vatican City wasn't always a country. Its story begins with power struggles, empires, and control. For centuries, the Catholic Church ruled vast lands across Italy, known as the Papal States. Popes weren't just spiritual leaders, they were kings. But in the 19th century, everything changed. Italy began to unify, absorbing territories one by one, and in 1870 the Papal States fell. The Pope lost his land, his power, his kingdom. For nearly 60 years, the Pope lived confined within the Vatican, calling himself a prisoner, until 1929. A historic agreement known as the Lateran Treaty was signed between the Holy See and Italy, and just like that, Vatican City was born, an independent state, a country within a city, a nation with no army yet immense influence. Vatican City breaks every rule of what a country should be. There are no permanent citizens by birth. Citizenship is granted based on roles, priests, Swiss guards, officials. Once their service ends, their citizenship disappears. It's a temporary nation, a place where identity is tied to duty. Even its population is unique. Most residents are clergy, religious officials, or people serving the church. Daily life here revolves around faith, administration, and preservation of centuries-old traditions. There are no typical neighborhoods, no schools in the usual sense, no industries. Everything here serves one purpose: the church. Now comes the question that sparks curiosity. Why are there no permanent Muslim residents in Vatican City? The answer is not as simple as exclusion. It's about structure. Vatican City is not a multicultural society like other nations. It is a religious state specifically designed to serve the Catholic Church. Every resident is there for a role tied directly to the Church's function. Priests, bishops, security like the Swiss Guard, administrative staff connected to Catholic operations. Since Islam is a completely different religious system, there are no institutional roles for Muslims within Vatican governance. It's not about banning people based on belief. It's about the purpose of the state itself. There are no businesses to immigrate for, no private sector jobs, no general residency programs. If you don't serve the church, you simply don't live there. Muslims do visit Vatican City every year as tourists. They walk through St. Peter's Square. They admire the art, the architecture, the history. But permanent residence, that requires a connection to the Catholic system. And that's the key. Despite its size, Vatican City holds immense global influence. The Pope speaks, and millions listen. Decisions made inside these walls ripple across nations. It has its own bank, its own media, its own diplomatic relationships with over 180 countries. This isn't just a country, it's a symbol of centuries of faith, power, and control. A nation smaller than a city block, yet larger than most in influence. A place where history never left and tradition never sleeps. Vatican City is not built for diversity, it's built for purpose, and in that purpose lies the answer to its mystery. Because sometimes the smallest places in the world hold the biggest secrets.